Hi, friends. Tessa Timberlake here with Soulful Conversations, exploring our inner light, the very first episode. So, this episode is just a description of what you'll have to look forward to and the rest of the episodes, right? Um, I am hoping that this podcast gives us all something to take with us, whether it's a fresh perspective, a moment of inspiration, or simply you just feel connected. We all have journeys, and Soulful Conversation, exploring our inner light, is just that. It's two people having a conversation and sharing what's on their heart, what speaks from their soul. And so the inner light, exploring our inner light, is our inner soul. And so the God given soul that was put in with you when you were born. And so that's for me, that's the gist behind this podcast, is for all of us to take something from this podcast and come as you are and be authentic and be vulnerable and share your story, and that this is a safe space for listeners and for speakers as well. I hope that every episode gives us strength. It empowers us. It encourages us. It has a space for love and grace and empathy. This podcast is for everyone. When I say all means all, I mean, if you are a human, it is for you. I will talk about God. I will talk about the relationships with the Trinity. That is what I believe. However, you do you. I'm going to be me and you do you. You do not have to believe in Jesus to listen to this podcast. There will be no shaming. There will be no expectation. There will be no, you don't have to do or be a part of anything. This isn't church, right? This is just me inviting people that have been a part of my exploration and my walk, to bring their voices in and to share their love and their passion for health and wellness in all facets, and their love for God. And then also for me to share my walk and my journey and all the things that I've learned. And hopefully for one of you to be a part of this, this partnership, right? Because I'm coming into where you are, and I want you to be a part of this one day, right? So if you have a story that you would like to share that's a part of health and wellness, all facets, physical, spiritual, emotional, psychological, anything that you overcame, right? And so I have the first 4, 5, 6 guests that I have are people that I have personal relationships with, or people that I've heard on a podcast, or people that I found through books, and I had to have them on here because they had a hand in me getting to this day right here and right now. So I'll start with my grandparents. My journey started when I was little. I had a very chaotic childhood, and I often lived with my grandparents. And my grandparents were like my parents, and they just gave me this sense of stability and unconditional love. I always felt safe there. And I went to church with them, and I shared that love of Jesus with them. However, it wasn't until 2017 until I felt Jesus talk to me. So I was at a yoga retreat. I was becoming a yoga teacher, and it was the last class of the day. And he spoke to me clear as day. Stop looking at me as if I'm on the cross. And I remember, in this very rebellious manner, like all of us humans do, think, well, I don't do that. And then I saw this picture of him being on the cross, like that movie, Passion of Christ, right? And so I saw that picture and I thought, oh, wait, yes, I do. And then I instantly felt this bondage break, right? I felt free. I felt this inner peace of being free, of I don't have to be any such a way, right? That I can just be me. And I leaped up from my mat and I ran around and I told everyone that would listen that I didn't have to be any such a way, that I was able to just be Tessa. And so that was very freeing, but it took me up until 2 years ago in which I was asked to create a podcast for a yoga retreat. And the Bible study, I'm sorry, I said podcast, I meant Bible study. So I was asked to create a Bible study for a yoga retreat. And so the Bible study was based off of Matthew 11:28. And it's based on the Message version. Eugene Peterson writes that. And so it talks about rhythms of grace. And I quickly learned that I didn't understand grace for myself, in which I leaned on podcasts once again to learn about grace, and then read some books and really broke in half, literally, and spent the last 2 years just reclaiming myself and all of my humanity. And in 2017, I used podcasts as a way of learning. And it wasn't just about Jesus. It was about Hebrew scripture and learning what the Bible actually meant, because all of the things for me personally was wrong. And so oftentimes you hear scripture in church and it's wrong because it's not based off of the Hebrew scripture. And I loved that. And I also learned about, finances and stocks, and how to speak up for yourself, right? How to negotiate, just so much. And I was always in awe of the things that you could learn from people. And so from 2017 up until now, I have become a master experienced yoga teacher, trainer, and a NASM personal trainer, which just means National Athletic Sports Medicine personal trainer. I love the body. I love the anatomy and the physiology about it. I think it's crazy how we can heal ourselves. I evolved from the physicality of learning anatomy and physiology into the natural healing. And so I really got into essential oils, and then I moved on from essential oils to energy healing. And energy healing, believe it or not, spanned off from grace. I know that sounds crazy, but you will learn this in another episode that I have, that it's really great. But yeah, so quantum mechanics and spiritual healing, and I just personally believe that we can heal ourselves. And I believe that that healing comes from God, the creator of the universe and everything in its contents. But I also believe that we're all connected. Like, we're connected to the squirrels and the trees and the heavens and the stars, and we're connected to each other. And so this beautiful light within us is radiantly shining at all times. And so Soulful Conversations is based off of that notion of this light, this energy that we have that is connected to our creator, who is also light and energy. And so, yeah, it's a beautiful thing that we get to express every single day of our existence. And I am so grateful to be able to share all the facets of health and wellness, whether it's in the spiritual realm or the physical realm or the emotional realm. Yeah, it's all so beautiful and amazing and fantastic and overwhelming, right? And thank you for being here. I hope that every episode you can take something with you and you can have an aha moment. I also want to encourage you to leave what you don't feel is right for you, right? Instead of judging the podcast, Instead of judging the speakers on the podcast, just take what's for you and leave the rest. Um, I believe that judgment disrupts our harmony. And so it not only hurts the person or the thing that you're judging, but it also uh, disrupts you and hinders your opportunity to see or to hear from a different view. And you don't have to believe it, you don't have to accept it, but I think judging it really disrupts the process. So if you want to be on the podcast, I would love to have you. Um, I'll leave all of that information in the show notes. But yeah, welcome, friends. I hope that you get to discover your inner light through your own soulful conversation. And yeah, enjoy.